Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Max softness, max energy, max run. Go on a run that never runs out in the new Brooks Glycerin Max 2. Dual cell DNA tuned cushion is optimized for soft landings and powerful toe offs, while a glide roll rocker helps provide a more fluid step through to help you truly tune out and max your run. Shop the Glycerin Max 2 at brooksrunning.com.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
When is enough enough? The former mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, tells a heckler, go F yourself. As the ex-mayor gets booed at an airport, Mayor Adams, the former mayor, telling the woman, you're going to see the Brooklyn in me. And good for this, President Trump laying down the law, ripping Congresswoman Ilhan Omar as a crook, ending temporary protected status of the Somali community or anyone else convicted of defrauding America, also announcing in just days, starting February 1st, the administration is not making any payment to sanctuary cities or states, claiming, and it sure seems this way, that the sanctuary cities or states do everything possible to protect criminals at the expense of American citizens. Dominic Carter here with you. The number to reach us right now, 800-848-9222. A foul-mouthed flyer unleashes on Eric Adams, the former mayor of New York City, at an airport, prompting the former mayor to snap again, go F yourself, and warns you're going to see the Brooklyn in me. A heated exchange caught on video, posted on social media. It does not show what led up to the argument, but at one point, a masked passenger tells His Honor, please punch me in the face. I would like it if you punch me in the face, I guess alluding to a lawsuit. And at that point, Eric Adams says, go F yourself. I'm not the mayor anymore. The pair got into it while getting off a flight in Dallas. Again, the former NYPD captain, 65 years old, told the woman, you're going to see the Brooklyn in me, as he snapped, as he leaned into the woman on the sky bridge, right off the plane, prompting the female passenger to push him out of her way. It's not immediately clear why Adams was in Texas, but here is part of the exchange.
Punch me in the face, Eric Adams. Please punch me in the face. I would love if you punch me in the face. Okay, you can get too.
All right?
Yeah,
you. Those things are over.
Yeah, good. Thank God. Damn. I don't see your ugly face everywhere. Damn.
That's nice.
Mayor Eric Adams losing his cool right off the aircraft in Dallas, Texas. And I got to be honest with you folks, sometimes you do get tired, sick and tired of folks messing with you. And sometimes you feel the strong need, the strong urge to defend yourself. But of course, the cameras are selective and people put out on social media only the version that they want put out that makes them look good, makes you look bad. 800-848-9222. What I am glad about, President Trump is ripping Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. And again, also announcing starting February 1st, so in about, 15, 16 days, the administration is not making any payments at all to sanctuary cities or states, claiming, and again, it sure seems this way, such sanctuary cities or states do everything possible to protect criminals at the expense of American citizens. Listen to this. President Trump speaking in battleground Michigan and Detroit, going after Ilhan Omar, tying her to AOC.
Think of that Ilhan Omar. She lives in Somalia. They don't have a government. They don't have a military. They don't have police. They don't have anything. All they have is murder and robbing ships, bringing in ships, pirates. That's stopped. Same missile. Ping. That's the end of them. It's amazing how that can stop corruption. Those missiles, they never miss, The same one, exactly the same one. But think of it, she comes from a country with nothing, and she comes here and she tells us about our Constitution. I have a constitutional right to rip off the country. I guess she's a total scam artist. Anybody knows it. How do you let her get away with it? AOC +3. She was one of the three. They're all scammers. They're so bad for our country. They're so bad for our country.
So bad for the country. 800-848-9222. The president also speaking about the Somalian community.
They came from a place with nothing, and they come here and they drive around in Mercedes-Benz. The Mercedes-Benz dealers do well in that area of Minnesota. Can you believe it? They have nothing. They get welfare payments, and they have Mercedes-Benzes. It angers me so much, but we're going to straighten out our country. This was done under Biden and Obama, very much under Obama. It all started under Obama. And we just can't. We've got a great country. We're not going to screw it up. But this was one of the great scams ever. They have the same thing, Somali in Maine. Who would think? I never saw that happening. But in Maine, it's really crooked as hell, too. But it's not just Somali. It is them, but it's not just. There are many other places, many other people. The whole country. If we stop this fraud, this massive fraud, we're going to have a balanced budget. That's how much money you're talking. We'll have a balanced budget without all the growth I'm talking about. And then you add the growth, we got one hell of a country.
President Trump speaking in battleground Michigan. One of the folks that I like happens to be Congressman Republican Wesley Hunt of Texas. Went to West Point, now in Congress. This is what he had to say, strongly in the corner of President Trump.
There is no justification for this search.
Is she serving the interest of America?
Well, absolutely not. And for somebody like me that has served this country, for someone like me that loves this country, to be one of 435 people is an honor. And I can't imagine doing anything that would be harmful to this great nation. And the idea that we are discovering fraud at the federal level, the fact that Tim Walz is going to resign and not seek re-election, the fact that Ilhan Omar makes about $174,000 a year, but somehow miraculously she is worth $30 million allegedly, which should be investigated, is a problem. And I am somebody that has vowed to not make money on the taxpayer's dime in the form of trades, in the form of making money, in the form of fraud. I vowed to do that because at the end of the day, I serve the people and I serve this country. And people like her have got to be held accountable.
And you think she should resign?
Of course, I think she should absolutely resign.
I don't think that she should resign. Congressman Hunt, that's the only thing where you're wrong. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar should be let out in handcuffs. Don't let her resign. Lead her out in handcuffs and escort her out the country. We dealt with this earlier, and that is the NBA coaches coming out, speaking about something they don't know, yet again talking about something they have no idea, and that is Doc Rivers of the Milwaukee Bucks.
What happened in Minnesota was a straight-up murder, in my opinion. And it's awful. This lady was probably trying to go home, and she didn't make it home, and that's really sad. So the whole ICE thing it's a travesty. It's clearly, to me, we're attacking brown people, and I just happen to be brown. And I don't think it should just be brown people who are upset at this. I think we all have to be. I don't care what side of this thing you are on politically. What's going on in our country right now is absolutely wrong as far as the race stuff. The politics, I'm not going to get into. The race stuff, I will, and it's just wrong, and we have to do something. But the only thing we can do right now is keep speaking up, because it doesn't seem like they care, and that's troublesome. Last thing I'm going to say, because I don't want to stay on this, but I could. I keep thinking about kids, and when I grew up, the president was always the role model, and I think about that and the effect of being a bully, lying. How is that good for our kids? And that worries me for our future. So.
And there you have it, Coach Doc Rivers of the Milwaukee Bucks. But he's not the only one completely putting his foot in his mouth. Keep in mind that Renee Good was an organized and professional agitator. He's not the only one. Coach Steve Kerr of the Golden State Warriors as well.
Well, I'm glad that the Timberwolves, recognized, her life and the tragic nature of her death, and it's shameful, really, that in our country we can have law enforcement officers who commit murder and seemingly get away with it. It's shameful that the government can come out and lie about what happened when there's video, and witnesses who have all come out and disputed what the government is saying. So very demoralizing, devastating to lose, anyone's life, especially in that matter. So it's terribly sad for her family and for her and for that city. And I'm glad the Timberwolves came out and expressed that sadness.
So 2 NBA coaches, Doc Rivers of the Milwaukee Bucks and Steve Kerr of the Golden State Warriors. And each man should know much better. They're talking out of their rear ends. Their facts are not accurate, but yet they feel the need, just like Hollywood, to spouse off, to mouth off about something that they don't know. For example, she was a professional agitator that had been out there all day. She was not just trying to get home, as Doc Rivers said. And Doc Rivers is someone that has been in the NBA for decades, claiming race when he's been making millions for about 20 years. And this man is standing here claiming race. Each coach don't know what they're talking about, just like the Hollywood crowd. The number to reach us, we're going to be starting pretty soon with your live calls, 800-848-9222, 800-848-9222. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Demo, not for broadcast. Property of WABC New York.
If you're thinking about changing schools, why wait? At Manhattan University, love those guys. You don't have to start over. With transfer-friendly pathways, your credits count, and you keep moving forward. From day one, you're part of Jasper Nation, preparing for the real world. And with New York City just a train away, opportunity is everywhere. Ready to move forward without missing a step? Visit manhattan.edu/transfer and enroll today. Manhattan University. Don't start over, move forward.
You're juggling a lot, but you can still squeeze in a financial plan. With the Northwestern Mutual Financial Advisor as your partner, it's not only possible, it's personalized. So if you're tying the knot, closing on a house, or welcoming a little one, you'll be ready for whatever life tosses your way. It's the right time to feel less stressed and more certain. That's a better way to money. Let's get started at nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Jim. I'm not an actor, just a guy living with prostate cancer. My wife and I face each day head on. We asked my doctor about Xtandi enzalutamide.
Xtandi 40 milligram tablets treats men with prostate cancer that has spread to other parts of the body and responds to a medical or surgical treatment to lower testosterone. Xtandi may cause serious side effects: seizure, a brain condition called PRESS, allergic reactions, heart disease that can lead to death, falls and bone fractures, swallowing problems, or choking that can lead to death. Stop Xtandi and get medical help at once if your face, tongue, lip, or throat start swelling. Tell your doctor at once if you faint, have a seizure, quickly worsening headache, decreased alertness, confusion, vision problems, chest pain or discomfort, or shortness of breath. Xtandi can cause harm to an unborn baby or miscarriage. Use birth control during and 3 months after Xtandi. Common side effects include muscle and joint pain, feeling unusually tired, hot flashes, constipation, less appetite, diarrhea, high blood pressure, bleeding, falls, fractures, and headache.
Visit Xtandi.com to watch my story.
I already love same-day delivery with Shipt, but it's so much better since I signed up for Target Circle 360. Why? Because I no longer pay price markups from the majority of stores through Shipt. Only a handful of alcohol retailers and items don't count. That means no markups on groceries, pet food, even home goods and makeup. So to recap, I have more time to catch up on life while someone shops for me, and I spend less. It's a win-win. Order now at shipt.com/360. Terms apply.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And to the phones we go. Line 1, Steve in Newark, New Jersey. Steve, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, I love when these guys sound off about stuff they don't even know about, as you said. They live in gated communities. They all live around these rich, liberal, white, blacks, whoever, all these people that got this money, and they probably hire police officers to sit outside their houses and watch their families every day of their lives. And they got the nerve to sit there and second-guess another law enforcement officer that was clearly in the right with a vehicle coming at him. I have, myself, did the same thing. Fire away. When in danger, they teach you that in the academy. There's no questions asked. I'm surprised this is still going on because it's white on white. The cop, the ICE agent's white or Hispanic, and the female is white. They're carrying on with this because that's their agenda to try to separate this world. Goldman, Schumer, these people are frauds. They should lock them all up. And Dominic, tomorrow's supposed to be a big breaking news tomorrow.
We'll see what happens. But hey, do you have any idea what it may be, Steve?
I think there may be some serious indictments coming down over there, and they better beware because here they come. And put a shout out to my man Sherman. He makes my night. Don't take him at the end of the night. I like to hear him for good 6-7 minutes. Don't give him 2 minutes. Give him 6-7 minutes.
So, Steve, let me ask you this question, but go ahead before I continue. Go ahead. No, I was just going to ask you, and folks, we're taking your live calls right now, 800-848-9222. We're talking to Steve in Newark, New Jersey. So you really believe that if and I've already said what I think, but I want to hear what you think, Steve. You really believe that if Renee Good was a woman of color, this would be a very different situation?
Oh, there'd be riots, and the towns would be burning. It would be complete chaos. When I woke up in the morning and I seen it was white on white, Dominic, I hate to say it because I hate to think this way because they think like this. Those liberal racists, they blame everything on racism. It's them. They're the racist people. They try to make everyone believe that everything. You can flip a coin on a football field and they'll say it's racism that it didn't come up heads. These people are crazy, man. They think that the only people that really listen and entertain these people is the people that vote for them. Because you got to be out of your mind. If you're getting a paycheck from the government, you're voting for those pieces of garbage.
Yeah,
and they're destroying this world.
So the coaches, Doc Rivers and Steve Kerr.
Shameful.
These guys,
Shameful.
Steve Kerr coached the Olympic team. Now, I get it. They're coaching predominantly all black teams in the NBA. and they're trying to placate to the players to say what they want to seem cool to their players. But what I don't understand, Steve.
You know what they should have said to their players and to their staff and the kids that they and people that look up to these folks? They should have said one thing: this is why you do not. This is why you do not disobey the law. This is what happens. Nobody wants this. I don't want to see that lady die. I don't want to see that cop fire his weapon. And I hope to God that cop takes 2/3 and lives everly happily after. Because
I do
wants
too,
this.
Steve. I do too. Nobody wants this. Nobody deserves this.
But
He's got to live with this for the rest of his life. That man didn't have any intention
100%.
of killing someone.
Absolutely not. And he has to live with this. His family has to live with it. And he's going to need psychological help for the rest of his life. It may not be today, and it may not be tomorrow, but trust and believe down the road you're gonna need some type of help to get you through.
Absolutely, Steve.
You took a life.
Right, and he's going to have to deal with it, Steve. And deservedly so, but it's still the situation. Steve, thank you for the wonderful call. Folks, the phone lines are open, 800-848-9222. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Online reviews say I'm steep, rocky, and a difficult trail. Next time, I'm gonna say, not if you're driving a Toyota truck.
We know what we're made of. Toyota trucks.
It's not difficult to find out who. It's easy to know what and where. But why is harder. Why takes patience, intelligence, determination. Why takes over 700 of the best journalists in the world, united by a fearless drive to unearth the truth. Why is difficult and more important than ever before. For the why, Financial Times.
I didn't think the pain from the shingles rash would affect simple, everyday tasks like bathing, getting dressed, or even walking around. I was wrong. Though not everyone at risk will develop it, 99% of people over the age of 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate at any time. I developed it, and the blistering rash lasted for weeks. Don't learn the hard way, like I did. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today. Sponsored by GSK.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are going back to your telephone calls in a moment. The former mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, at a Dallas, Texas airport tells a heckler she can go F herself and that she was going to bring the Brooklyn out of him. President Trump also ripping Congresswoman Ilhan Omar as a crook, ending temporary protected status for the Somali community, or what the president says, anyone else convicted of defrauding America. Also announcing starting February 1st, the administration is not making any payments to sanctuary cities or states. That's going to be interesting. That is going to court. The State of the State address in New York, Governor Kathy Hochul, her big issue, she wants congestion pricing to charge to come into, she wants it to continue. It's going to go before a federal court real soon. To me, it's got to be the dumbest idea I've ever heard of. With me, someone that uses congestion pricing via Easy Pass, Matt Blaze. So, Matt, before we go back to the other calls, what's your take on this congestion pricing mess?
Congestion pricing is the worst thing to ever happen to New York City, ever. Well, that and bike lanes, because I have a whole thing about these bike lanes is absolutely insane.
Have you ever noticed with the bike lanes, they don't speak English, and they all have these motorized e-bikes that could send you to the hospital immediately? They're coming from each direction.
These bike lanes, first of all, on the main avenues now, they put bike lanes. So when you're parking, you feel like you're parking in the middle of the street. They literally knocked off two traffic lanes for the avenues because of these bike lanes. The bike lanes they're not just like walking lanes. They're like, I'm going to say half of a normal car lane is the bike lane now.
Right.
And
which is disgusting.
When I park my car, I have to stop and look both ways because I don't know where the bike's coming from.
Right. And they could hit you going very fast.
Yeah, when I open the door, I got to make sure they're not going to charge into my door.
Right.
It's crazy. But the congestion pricing, I've said it from the very beginning, this has affected me in ways you have no idea. First of all, I don't understand if you work in New York City and live in New Jersey, which a lot of us do, why in the world wouldn't they offer a discount for people that work in New York City, not just the normal discount that everybody else can have? I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me. What do you think? I just don't know why we can't have, why I wouldn't get a discount for congestion pricing. I don't get it. I really don't understand. So what happens to me with this whole and the tolls, the first of all, what happened with congestion pricing with me and my tolls? I live in New Jersey, so I have a New Jersey Easy Pass, and I didn't know that. I thought that if something happens with my Easy Pass and it falls below a certain amount of dollars in my Easy Pass, I don't have it on automatic replenishment. And the reason I don't is this is why Easy Pass is such a racket. They want to charge me $600 a month for replenishment with a $300 threshold, which means there's $300 always sitting in my Easy Pass. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. So I never, ever have that little amount of money in there, ever. I don't understand why they want me to do that. I don't know why. If they said to me, look, $50, I understand. If $50 was the threshold, that I get. But if there's not $50, they want $300. I don't understand that. So congestion pricing, they send me a toll by mail because it didn't go on my New Jersey Easy Pass when it fell below zero. So now I had $500 in tickets. I had no idea why. I didn't understand. It makes zero sense to me why we have that and why they can't figure this out. I don't know why they wanted congestion pricing. I don't know what they were doing about it. It doesn't make any sense why we have congestion pricing. I have no idea why. It makes no sense to me why there's congestion pricing. I wish they didn't have it. I hope they do something about it. And I'm just trying to get through every day and realizing the fact that I have to pay for this extra money. And think about all of the people that don't want to drive into New York City on a regular basis because of this congestion pricing. It makes no sense to me. I just don't get it. It affects Broadway shows. It affects concerts. It affects sporting events. It affects going out to restaurants. It affects everything, doing everything you could do in New York City, it affects. And I don't understand why. I really don't know why that happens. I'm not sure why they think this is a good idea. I don't understand why they think congestion pricing was good. And I'll never understand it. I just don't get it. It makes no sense to me why there's congestion pricing. I don't know how they think it's a good thing. I don't know why the governor or anybody thinks it's a good thing. It doesn't make any sense to me why they would say, hey, congestion pricing is good. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I wish I did. I wish I understood why they want to have this congestion pricing. Because it's taking money out of the city, if you ask me. I don't see why anybody would want to do that. I just don't get it. So I'm hoping that when they talk about this, that it will affect, that it will somehow do something that we can get rid of this congestion pricing, because I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all.
Well, I hear you. I hear you that you don't like it at all. I think that all of us don't like it at all. And thank you for that wonderful comment. So, Matt Blaze, we clearly understand where you stand right now on this issue. You're not a big fan at all.
You think? It affects me. $600 they want from me. They want $300 sitting there doing nothing.
Wow.
And I thought it was a bad idea from the beginning, charging people to drive into New York City. I just said, how many people aren't coming to the city for a Broadway show, for a sporting event, for a concert, again, to go out to dinner? How many people aren't doing that because they go, I don't want to have to pay congestion pricing. Maybe I never go to New York City. Listen, I have an Easy Pass because I drive in every day. But there are people that never drive to New York every once in a while. They don't have an Easy Pass. They don't want to spend $15 just to drive into Manhattan.
And then you got to park.
Plus the tunnel toll,
right,
the congestion, the parking, the fact that everything costs more money. Who wants to do that? They go, you know what, I'll stay home by my house.
Right, and just relax. Matt Blaze, thank you for that excellent analysis. 800-848-9222. Back to your other calls here. Let's see. Let's go to Mason, line 2 in the Bronx. Mason, what's on your mind?
Dominic, how you doing? I work at Lincoln Hospital. Looking forward to you coming on Friday. I'm a doctor there. And
oh, wow. Okay.
I was so excited. I saw it today. And I thought that was great. We met through Frank Morano about a couple of years ago. He's a good friend of mine. He said he was going to text you. But, yeah, I look forward to it. I'm telling people I think you're going to do great. It's going to be an exciting thing.
Well, thank you. That's one here in the New York area. That's one of the events. And I have quite a few. But that's what. So, for example, I'll be with you. At Lincoln Hospital Friday in the Bronx for part of their Black History Month celebration. And then the following day, Saturday, Talking Special Education is when I'm in Nutley, New Jersey. And there are a lot of people lined up for that. Thanks to Lisa and John for putting it together, and Hoboken Mary. And so you're a doctor at Lincoln, and I'm definitely going to be there with you. I'm the moderator for a Black History Month panel, and it's going to kick off at 11:30 a.m. At Lincoln Hospital. So how long have you been a doctor there?
Well, I've been there for, actually, Eric Adams is a very good friend of mine, so I went there when he became mayor, and at 22. And I'm a primary care physician at their ambulatory clinic. Really great place, and Health and Hospital is very good. And I'm told to give you any Ozempic free when you come. So you don't say if you're on Ozempic, right? No, honestly.
No, I'm on Mounjaro.
Mounjaro?
Yes.
You know, I lost 42 pounds. I'm not a diabetic. I lost 40. I'm very big. I do a lot of the weight loss. I lost 42 pounds myself since September 22 on Mounjaro.
Wow.
And and I'm not a diabetic. And it's a wonderful medication, decreases cardiovascular risk, decreases kidney, now even eliminates, it's been approved for FDA approval for fatty livers. So it's been shown, and it's great. So, but I turn on the computer today at work, and they put the Martin Luther King, and it shows Dominic. And I always liked you for years. And I remember, like I said, I've met you a few times up there in the studio while you were doing your show about 2 years ago, or whatever, 4 years ago, actually. So I'm telling all the other doctors, I can't wait for you to be there. It's going to be great.
Well, thank you. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there. On Friday, I'll be there at 11 a.m. It's going to be somewhat bittersweet for me, to be honest with you, Doctor, because Lincoln Hospital is the hospital where my mother died. And so this is the first time that I'm coming back to Lincoln Hospital. But anyway, thank you so much. No, it happened years ago, but this is the first time that I'm back at Lincoln Hospital. So thank you very much for the call. Let's go to William, line 3, Central New Jersey. William, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, thanks for taking my call. I just want to support those nurses that are out there on strike. I was in the hospital. I couldn't believe how much work this nurse had to do. I had some back surgery done, and she was responsible for 2 floors. And she was the only person that was on. I'm like, don't you guys have any support here? They kill those poor nurses, man. And I'm like, they should be paid big money. And if they make one mistake, man, I know they hold them accountable. They can go to jail.
Hey, let me ask you this question, William. What about the argument that many of these nurses sit around doing nothing most of the day?
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me, Dominic? Because
No, I'm not.
No, I'm like, those nurses break their chops. And she was administering medication that I needed pain for because I was in such excruciating pain. And if she would have screwed up, and the way those doctors write those scripts, they're like hieroglyphics. And I remember years ago, there was these nurses.
But wait a minute, that's not accurate, William. That's not accurate. So you see, it makes me wonder about your call. It's all done electronically now for the prescriptions.
I understand that, but still, you're in the dark.
So how could the handwriting be bad? How could the handwriting be bad when it's done electronically?
Well, I'm just saying, she came in there with almost like a tool chest of medications, and it's dark, and you're overwhelmed, and you're working your butt off. And these executives, they don't care. They're making, there was a hospital administrator, making over $500,000 a year working a 40-hour work week.
Right, I hear you. Thank you for the call, William. Dominic Carter here with you, folks. Time for a break. We're taking your live calls, 800-848-9222.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Picture this. Me, Reese Witherspoon, in London, ordering fish and chips so often they might start wrapping me in paper. I'm traveling with my Wells Fargo Autograph Journey card, so I earn rewards wherever I book travel. 5 times points with hotels, 4 times with airlines, 3 times on restaurants and other travel, and 1 point on other purchases. Imagine getting rewarded for eating a toad in the hole. Wait, what is a toad in a hole?
Visit wellsfargo.com/autograph journey. Terms apply.
Whether it's a movie night or just midday, Skinny Pop is a salty snack that keeps on giving. Made with just 3 simple ingredients for an irresistibly delicious taste and a large serving size that lasts. Deliciously popped, perfectly salted. Skinny Pop, popular for a reason. Shop Skinny Pop now.
What if an appliance emergency didn't have to be? If your appliances suddenly decided they were done, don't stress. Best Buy has you covered with a wide variety of major appliances from trusted brands, in stock and available now. So you don't have to worry about laundry piling up, refilling the fridge, or that big dinner party you're hosting. Because Best Buy has the knowledge and expertise to get you the right appliance for your home. Learn more at bestbuy.com. Best Buy. Imagine that.
AdQuick brings modern workflows to out-of-home advertising. From planning to launch, AdQuick makes every step simple and efficient. Brands can activate billboards, transit, and digital screens worldwide with unprecedented speed, all backed by real attribution. Bring your brand into the future with AdQuick.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back, returning to your telephone calls. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. Let's go to Dan, North Babylon, line 2. Dan, what's on your mind?
How you doing, Dominic?
Good. What's going on?
Just want to tell you that my wife is a nurse, and we were just discussing yesterday how she walked 4 miles on a 3 South floor in her hospital. So for anyone that thinks that they don't work, I got a little news flash for them. They don't stop 12 hours a day, Dominic. It's ongoing.
Look, Dan, answer this question for me then. What I've observed up at Columbia Presbyterian, right?
Okay.
When I'll go for testing, maybe it's a PR problem. I see nurses standing around, talking to each other, showing each other photos. They may be working intermittently, but showing each other photos, literally talking about vacations. And so
Dominic,
it's not a good look at all.
No, it's not. And I agree 1,000%. But I will tell you that she has a step counter on, and she does approximately 5,000 steps a day, just to give you an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wow.
You know, she works critical care. She works on an orthopedic floor. She does not stop. 8 patients, 6 patients, 7 patients a day. Heavy patients. So,
wow.
You know, some of them do work hard, Dominic, and you know she doesn't complain. She's a trooper. She works hard.
I don't want to give off the belief that nurses don't work. I just don't understand. It's counterproductive if someone's there for testing. If you're standing there talking to colleagues, looking at pictures, and talking about what you want to do on vacation, it sends the wrong message to the public. That's all I'm saying.
You are absolutely right. I agree
believe
with
you that your wife
1,000%.
works very hard, and the 5,000 steps that's proof in the pudding right there. Thank you so much for the call. Let's go to Vincent, line 3 in Brooklyn. Vincent, what's on your mind?
I think it's good evening, Dominic. I think it's wrong for Mayor Mondami to come down either way. The way he spoke today, he was addressing the nurses in support of them. I think if he was going to say anything, he should say, look, for the sake of New Yorkers, let's hope that this strike gets settled soon. Let's hope that both sides could come to a reasonable decision and solution. I don't remember, perhaps you've been in politics and you've been covering City Hall much longer than anyone else I know. Maybe you could tell me when there was a time. Maybe Mayor de Blasio did that, but that doesn't seem cool. I can't remember anybody coming out and just blatantly supporting one side. And to the gentleman that called before you, when I was 16 years old and I was in a private hospital, my boys caught a nurse robbing my stuff out of my drawer, and they took it outside and they took it to him. So there's good apples and bad apples in every bushel, but I don't know why Mondami, I know why, he has to show he's down for the count. He's down for the revolution. He's against the man. That's why he's hired a big PR department to deflect all of the things, all the blame of the things that he's not going to be able to do on somebody else. Oh, it's Donald Trump. It's this one's fault. It's that one's fault. Shut your mouth, man, Dami, and do your job.
Well, you know what, Vincent? You are 1,000% correct about that. I don't know if you folks have noticed it yet, but I'm going to tell you what time it is. He's a crowd pleaser, Mamdani. He's very superficial. He wants to, almost like a seal, he wants to hear you clap. So when he's walking past the striking nurses, for them to roar, that makes his day, because he can't do a darn thing in terms of his agenda. Or the best he can do for all of us is that he's going to be a cheerleader. Vincent, we only have a few seconds left. You have the final word.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, there's good apples and bad apples. I knew nurses years ago, before they had computerized drug lock boxes, who were stealing drugs and selling them on the black market. How about that? So there's good and bad in all kinds. And unfortunately, Dominic, you're right.
Well, there's good and bad in everything. There's good talk show hosts, there's bad talk show hosts, there's good nurses, there's bad nurses. Folks, my honor being here with you. I apologize for the calls we didn't get to. I'm back 3 p.m. Eastern.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode, so you never have to wonder,
what the heck is going on here?
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and busts. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Komm du norsk?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.